Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing the second half of my what solds, which would be for last weekend, June 3rd through the 5th. I had sales on 3 platforms. Of course, eBay was the best one. And then I think it was, let me look before I even start to guess, Mercari and Poshmark. And there was only one on each. So, but I had great sales on eBay, so we're good. All right. Probably before we get started, just a reminder, those of you that are available during the day, I do a live video on Wednesday mornings at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Come join us if you're available. It's my 2 co-hosts that are almost always with me is Elizabeth and Lori. This week, Beth Nelson is going to be joining us also, so please come check in. She and I have become fast friends on Facebook, so it'll be fun to chat kind of face-to-face. So, you know, I love Wednesdays. I say it's a working live, but a lot of times we spend so much time just chatting and catching up and talking about different things. I don't get a whole lot of work done, but it's okay. It's okay. Let me get to the things that sold last weekend. All right. I just listed this. I picked it up at an estate sale maybe last weekend. It was, I think I bought it on half price day, so I either paid $1 for it or 50 cents, which is okay. I like to pick up Linux. I just picked up some more, but they weren't in the box. This is a Santa ornament, and it sold for $7.79. Christmas sales, don't put it off. I mean, if you don't have a whole lot of listings, then yeah, save it up for like October or so, because that's when people start doing their Christmas shopping. But if you've got well, not unlimited, but if you have a lot of listings, I would get them on there. And you know, I sell a lot of Christmas. This is a blue unicorn plush. Did not have a tag, so I didn't know who the manufacturer is. It looked probably like Kelly Toy or something. It sold for a best offer of $12. I'm still doing, Robert started, yay, doing my ending and sell similars at night, and things are selling. If you're not doing it, try it. I think somebody made a comment in one of my videos, maybe this last one, that she's only doing like, you know, 10 or 15, and she's making sales almost every time she does it. It's like getting us pushed back up as a new item, and we get eyes on. This was a nice sale. I picked these up, I believe, at a church yard sale, and it was basically, I made a big pile of clothes and gave them some money for it. I don't remember how much I paid that day. But there were these 4 Dickie shirts. They still had their tags on them. They were all 3XL. The buyer sent me an offer on one of them for $15 and made a note, said, you know, would I consider selling all of them for $15 each? So I said, sure, send me the offers. And so it was $60 for 4 shirts. So love that. I've had this probably 2 years listed. It was, and I thought it would go really quickly. House of Hatton, which I love, baby blanket. And I've been sending out offers, and finally somebody grabbed it at $41. So very, very cute baby blanket. I want to say I went to a yard sale and she sold like all of her baby blankets for $2 each. This, I had to look this up because I have no clue. It's by Animal Fair, which I love that brand. It was a 19-inch hand puppet. I have no clue what it is, but on the tag it also had Eden Valley, and others that were listed were also using those words. So definitely when you're listing something, especially if you don't know what it is, try to find it in the comps and then try to use, I like to go into the sold comps because that's really the keywords you want to be making sure you have. But I used Google Lens and then I went into the comps and I just used every word that I could possibly come up with because I still don't know what this thing was. But it sold for best offer of $20. I think just my last what sold, I had one of these, and this is the second one that sold. This is Stepping Stones, Lovey's. Says bless this child on it. And it sold for $10.07. These, I bought a huge tote full of Lego Duplos. I'm trying to think. I think I paid $40 for it. It was full of like zoo animals. I think I pulled all of them out and sold them very quickly for, I want to say $80, $90. I don't remember. And then I just decided to divide up, like these are all what they call specialty blocks. They had stuff printed on them. I had car pieces. I had regular blocks. I think that $40 tote ended up being worth $300 or $400 or $500, somewhere in there. These were the specialty blocks I pulled out, and they sold for $35.83. I picked this up at an estate sale. I don't remember what I paid for it. It wouldn't have been a lot, but I ended up selling it for best offer of $9. Definitely keep your eyes open for those. Like this is just how to make flowers with yarn, but there's also the ones where you could make like quilt blocks and hot pads and stuff like that. Especially the older ones. They have a following. They have a following. This is a panda bear. Again, I did not know the manufacturer. I still list them and just, hope that somebody will use the keywords. Like this one had a really kind of shaggy, furry belly. I'll put those keywords in there. It sold for $13.75. Whole lot of plush going out. This I picked up at the Goodwill bins in St. Louis. This is an American Girl Bitty Baby high chair. It did not have the tray, but I tend to buy them anyway. It fit in the 16 by 12 by 8 box. I buy that a lot for like larger plush, and some of the dolls fit in that. It sold for best offer of $14. This is a Walmart, love Walmart, rabbit plush. Looked vintage, really nice, clean condition. It sold for $16 best offer. A lot of these ones, when I say it's a whole number, more than likely I have sent out a best offer on that to watchers / likers. I do this all day long, probably anywhere between 60 and 100 of them a day. This is Corrosion of Conformity, another one of those CDs I picked up at an estate sale. It sold for $13.75. Now I wished in hindsight that I had just went ahead and bought all of them because I could have made lots. I think this is my big sell for the weekend. This Lovey is by Mud Pie. It was just this cute little gingham lion, stripes, dots, all of that stuff on it. It sold for $55.15. This is Wish Pets, another brand I like to pick up. This was just a hanging monkey plush. Wish Pets usually has the name of the toy on there. This monkey's name was Parnell, and it sold for $13.75. If you're new to my channel, I say I don't do free shipping. I do have a few really old listings that I'm testing that on, but for the most part, I do not offer free shipping. If it is under £1, I have flat rate shipping for each level, weight, And then if it's over £1, I use calculated shipping. This was one of the, I think the only, well, other than the shirts, the only other clothing item I sold that weekend. These were by Maurice. They were just women's leggings, and they sold for $12.30. This is Fisher-Price Loving Family Dollhouse. This lot sold for best offer of $15 almost every weekend now. I always try to say out loud what I'm going to be looking for, and I've started saying dollhouse because my dollhouse tote is getting very low on merchandise in there. I love to pick it up though. This is another one of the CDs that sold. This sold for $20. This is another Lovey that sold. This is vitamins. It didn't have an animal associated with it. It's just a flat, small Lovey. It sold for $8.23. Now this is Fisher-Price Little People from 1999. This was just the cradle. Now there actually was, I want to say, a musical base that went to it. All I had was the cradle, and this by itself sold for $8 as a replacement. Bread paddles, bread machine paddles. Definitely pick them up when you see them. I tend to buy a lot of bread makers. I haven't recently, but there for a while we were buying a lot of them. And sell the pan separate, sell the lid separate, sell the paddle. If it came with instructions, measuring cups, any of that stuff. I sold all of them individually as replacements, and this paddle sold for $18.35. This sold, I took a best off for $5. I'm fine with that. A lot of times I pick this stuff up at the Goodwill bins, so I have very little in it, and I buy it basically, save it from the landfill, and help a parent whose child has lost it, or a dog chewed it, or anything like that, find the replacement they need so that they can continue to play with the toy. So a lot of times, you know, if I get an offer, I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. This is Kohl's Cares. Love that brand. I pick up almost all of them, and they sell really well for me, especially during fourth quarter. This Gorilla sold for $8.23. This is another one of the Snoopy outfits that I picked up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $5 for a small little tote. Probably had maybe 10 or 12 outfits in it. This is probably the fourth one I've sold so far. I sold one of them immediately for $30, so I'm way into the profit already. I did accept a best offer of $17 on this. Very cute. It's got the little Oktoberfest outfit for Snoopy. This is another hand puppet. It was by Walmart. You could tell that it was vintage, and it sold for best offer of $17 also. And then the last eBay item is this Gund Land's End bear, and it sold for best offer of $10. All right, I had one Poshmark sale, which was this Margaritaville Hawaiian shirt. I've been selling quite a few Hawaiian shirts on there, so definitely keep your eyes out for them. In fact, I'm going back and forth right now on another one with offers, so they've been quite popular, and it's funny how many I find around here, Tennessee. And then this was my one and only Mercari sale. It is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure. I pick up a lot of action figures and then list them individually. This one didn't even have accessories or anything, and it sold for $7 on Mercari. All right, I think that's it. Again, don't forget the live on Wednesdays if you can make it. It's a whole lot of chatting, a lot of laughing for sure. And we're going to finally get to meet Beth, who's just been a really big supporter of our channel. of my channel, of Robert's channel too, right? And yes, he did not show me yesterday's thing that he did to the video until I started seeing comments. So I'm gonna let the light be. All right, bye.